And we're live, baby. Well, not really live, but we're recording. Yeah, that's right. We're recording. Mic is hot, you know. Ooh. That's stupid. Anyways, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to a regular scheduled episode, right? Yeah, this isn't. I almost said this was the Bone Zone, but this isn't. Yeah, it's Tuesday, so this is regular. This is a regular episode. I'm doing this actually kind of later in the day. I don't know if you can tell. It might seem a little darker. I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing this later in the afternoon. I usually do this like in the morning, but I kind of got lazy this morning, and I was like, I'll do it later, And then it got to a point where I was like, oh shit, I got to do this. It's getting too late. But anyways, I'm here now. I hope you weren't worried because we're all good here. I hope you guys are doing okay because I'm here now, Anyways, yeah. So I thought this was the Bone Zone for a second, but this isn't. This is a regular episode 39, I believe it is. It's crazy. 39 weeks, baby. That's crazy. I keep thinking 52 is like around the corner, for like 1 year, but it's really not. I know it's only 14, 13 numbers away, but that's 13 weeks, That's basically like 4 months, 3 or 4 months, something like that. Depending on how you look at it, if you want to include November, then it's 4 months. But we're almost. I was about to say we're like halfway through November, but we're not really. Next week it will be like halfway through November, but I don't know. It just feels like we're already halfway through November. It's like Thanksgiving's tomorrow or something, but it's not. It's not even next week. It's the week after. Like Thanksgiving is still pretty far away, but it's also really close, which is nuts, And then just think, after Thanksgiving, it's like a month away until Christmas. And then we got a whole brand new year to deal with. Which surely 22 can't be any worse than 20. And I don't know. Should we throw in 21? Was 21 really bad? I don't know. I don't really think so. I mean, 2021 wasn't really too terrible in comparison to other years. But I don't know. Maybe some people would think 21 is bad. But then again, it's like, what could have possibly happened to you in 2021 to make you think 2021 is terrible when we just went through 2020? You know what I'm saying? What could have possibly happened to make this year worse than last year? Anyways, yeah, holidays are coming up. All I've been talking about recently is holidays, but I mean, that's like the big shit that's going down these last few months. It's just holidays, so everything is revolving around holidays, decorations, music, fucking podcast topics. Everything's about holidays now. But I don't know. There is something I kind of want to talk about because I just found out about this thing. I don't know how long it's been going on or how long ago it happened. But just the other day, I'm just browsing through YouTube, right? And every once in a while, YouTube kind of just blesses you with a recommendation, right? Just a blessing. You get some good shit. And sometimes they give you some really bad shit. And then sometimes they just give you something where you're like, why did you give this to me? But at the same time, I'm somewhat thankful, They just they recommend you a video and you're like, when have I ever even seemed like I was remotely interested in this? But at the same time, thank you for showing me this. Because I just found out about this show. I don't even know if it's a show. It might have been just like a random vlog or something like that. I don't know. That's made to look like a show. But I saw this video. It was like a clip from a show. Okay. And it was of Bryce Hall. Okay. The TikToker, you know. And I was interested because, you know, because I don't like Bryce Hall. And you know me, I like to watch shit that pisses me off. So I see him in this thumbnail and I'm like, you know what? I really want to watch something that makes me mad, you know? So I'm just going to watch this guy. Whatever he has to say, I want to watch it. So, you know, I click on the video and it looks like it's a part of a TV show. And I say that because, you know, it's like those reality TV shows where like you're watching whatever's going on in real life, right? You know, real life, whether you want to believe it's real or not. But then they cut to like an interview, right? Where it's like whoever, there's someone talking to like the cameraman, you know, it has like that interview shit, right? So I had that in this clip. So like, that's why I'm thinking like this has to be like some sort of TV show or something like that. But I've never heard of this. I've never heard of a TV show that Bryce Hall was in, right? And so it's like this clip where they're at like this dinner thing, right? And it's like this. They're sitting at a table outside. I'm assuming it's like at their house or something like that, you know, because it didn't look like it was at a restaurant. And they're having like a friend's dinner thing out there which I like. That's just like a really popular thing for TikTokers to do, I guess. You know, living in LA is like, let's have friend dinners just outside at our house, you know, and it's always hibachi. Like they were having hibachi at this dinner thing that Bryce Hall was at, and they did the same thing in the D'Amelio show when I was watching it. Like they did the same exact thing. They were at the D'Amelio's house. And they were having this friend's dinner thing. And it was hibachi. Because, like, you know, the chef is there cooking the food right in front of them. Right? I don't know what it is. Like, yeah, hibachi's good. It's cool. But, like, what is it with always having that at your house with a bunch of your friends? You know? I don't know. It feels weird to me. The fact that I've seen this twice from TikTokers. It's like, did you guys just find out that hibachi was a thing? And if so, why did you not go to a restaurant? Like, why do you have to have it at your house? You know? That's also kind of like my thing, where it's like they invited some chef guy to come over with all his materials. I'm assuming he brought his own, because like, why would you just have tools for hibachi at your house if you don't do that, right? But then again, you're rich as fuck, so like you just buy whatever. Anyways, like, you know, they invite this guy over to like cook dinner for them at their house. It's like, why don't you just go to a restaurant? You know that we have restaurants for that, right? I don't know. Maybe they just, I don't know. It's just, it's not like it's like a barbecue, a backyard barbecue where you're doing the cooking. It's like you invited someone else to come over to, I don't know. But anyways, that's not the point of what I'm saying. But yeah, in this clip, they're at this dinner thing, and I guess one of his friends is introducing his girlfriend to all of his buddies, right? And the clip is just shows Bryce Hall. He just like looks at this girl, and he's like, "Yo, why do you look like Addison Rae?" You know, and like everyone gets like really awkward because, you know, because why would you ask that? You know, why do you look like so and so? As if like they had a choice in it, you know? It's like when they're being born, they're like, you know what? I really want to look like Addison Rae. I don't know who that is. I don't know what's going to happen to her, but I want to look like her. You know, it's like, what do you expect her to say to that? Hey, why do you look like Addison? Gee, I don't know, bud. I was born that way. Like, anyways, yeah, everyone gets like really awkward. And because, you know, also like Bryce Hall used to date Addison Rae. Right. And you could totally tell in this show from like this clip that I saw, he still likes Addison Rae, which it's like, okay, if you still like her, you know, why'd you cheat on her, bud? You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like that's really your fault. You know, I don't have any sympathy for you, But anyways, yeah, so since everyone gets awkward, he realizes how awkward he made the situation. And so he's like, you know what, I'm just going to leave. And he dips. And that's the end of the clip. Right? And I'm watching this and I'm like, wait, what show is this? Because it wasn't a D'Amelio show. Because, I mean, the D'Amelios weren't in this clip. So, like, you know, kind of defeats the purpose if they're not in the clip. It's like, what's the point of the show? But also, like, I didn't see that in the show when I was watching the D'Amelio show. So I'm like, what show is this that Bryce Hall was in, right? And so I look in the description, because usually they say like a clip from this movie, from this show, whatever. Didn't say anything like that. There was no description. So I'm looking in the comments. No one is saying like what this show is. No one even asked, what is the show? It seemed like everyone just knew what this show was. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. I've never heard of any show that Bryce Hall is in. So that's why I started thinking, okay, this has to be some like, just like a YouTube video. And they were just like trying to make it look like a reality TV show. You know, kind of like Real Bros of Simi Valley, only it's not a joke, right? Like they're being serious making this show. And so I'm like, this has to be a real show, because why on earth would just like, why would just a bunch of YouTubers try to make a vlog look like a reality TV show? You know what I mean? Like, who would do that? Anyways, so like, I just like Google, I'm like, Bryce Hall saying, why do you look like Addison show, right? And like, I'm not getting anything. Like, I was looking for like a long ass time, like 30 minutes or something, just trying to find this show. And you know, I was only doing it because I was kind of curious, right? I was just like, what is this? I have to know what this show is. Because I'm kind of thinking, maybe I should watch it, you know? I survived the D'Amelio show. Surely I could survive this, maybe. But then again, I didn't dislike the D'Amelios, right? But I dislike Bryce Hall, so it may make watching that show a little bit more difficult. But anyways, after like looking for this show for like a long ass time, I finally found it, okay? The show is called Sway Life. And for the life of me, I can't find a single episode. There's like no streaming service. I can't find it on YouTube. There's no link to it anywhere. There's no like information that says like this show is coming out on like this platform or whatever. Like Real Bros of Simi Valley, that was on Facebook, which is kind of weird, but it was on Facebook, right? So if you looked up Real Bros of Simi Valley, like most likely the first, and if not one of the top links that it would give you, is a link to watch the show. I mean, that's how I watch the show, right? But like this, it's like it doesn't exist, you know? The only thing I got from this show, like when I looked up Sway Life TV show, the only thing I got was a trailer that was re-uploaded by some random person. Like it wasn't even like an official account, right? And in the trailer, it didn't tell you what the show was coming out on. It didn't even tell you when the show was coming out. They're just saying, hey, this show exists, right? But it's almost like the show doesn't exist with the lack of information that there is about it. So like it's almost like they made the show, and then like these guys saw how bad this show was, and they're like, you know what, we just need to get rid of it, and they just tried to destroy all evidence of this show, right? But there's just like the few remnants that are still intact that let you know that the show existed at one point, but like it just doesn't exist anymore. And I'm just like, when did this show come out? You know, because it had to be somewhat recently. You know, because like, it's not like TikTok has been around since like 2010 or something like that. Like, these people just became famous within like the past 4 years or something like that. And so, where is the show? Where is this Sway Life show? But anyways, in the trailer, they're talking about, they're like, yeah, this is a show about Sway House, which, what the fuck is Sway House? What is that? What even is that? I don't know what that is. And they're like, oh, we're like a fraternity, but without the school part, you know, like, you know, Rock on, dude. And I'm like, but what are you guys? What do you guys do? What is Sway House? Is it literally just a bunch of friends who decided to live in the same house? You know, what is this? You know? And why do people care what goes on in your house? Like, what is this show direct? Like, what audience is the show directed towards? Right? Because, like, you know, you look at like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and like Real Housewives and all that stuff. Like the stars of the shows were like all women or mainly women. Like, yeah, there were some dudes in like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but like the main stars was like the women of the show, right? You know, like Kim, Kendall, Courtney, Chloe, Chris, Kylie. I feel like I'm probably forgetting some other women, but frankly, I don't really care. But anyways, like, like it was, and those shows were mainly directed towards women, right? Because like, I don't know, because the stars were women, I guess, and it was drama. Like, dudes aren't really into drama. And also, like, no dude is going to watch a show of a bunch of dudes having drama with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the show isn't directed towards men. I guess it's still directed towards women, I guess. I don't know. It just feels weird. It's like, I mean, maybe that's the reason why the show doesn't exist anymore, because it just failed because they couldn't direct it towards anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's probably a reason why there isn't a show called like The Real House Husbands, right? Because no one cares about what the house husbands do. You know? No one cares about men having drama with each other. I don't know. Maybe there are people out there who would enjoy watching that, but there's just not enough. Right? And so, like, yeah, I don't know what this house is. Sway House? And what does sway mean? What does that mean? Sway. Like, even the Hype House, I kind of don't understand. You know, but they're like, oh, we're a content creation house, right? And so I was like, oh, okay. I guess I get that. You know, it's a bunch of people who make TikToks and they want to have people available to make videos with them, you know, make more dance videos and shit. So I guess I kind of understand that. And Hype House, yeah, they're hyped up, you know? They're not actually good. They're just hyped up, right? But Sway House, they describe themselves as a fraternity without school. Okay, so what are you? What do? You just party and hang out? What and why? So why do I care about that? You know, like I don't get it, and I don't know what sway means. Where they always, you know, what they go with the flow. You know, they sway and shit. I don't know what that means. So yeah, like. I don't know. If anyone has ever seen this show or knows where this show is, let me know, because I'm kind of interested. And I'm also I'm mainly just interested because of the fact that it's almost like the show doesn't exist. You know? It's almost like I just peeled the curtain back of something I shouldn't have, you know? And it's like, oh my God, Sway House, you know? I found it. You know, it's just like a forbidden fruit or something like that. It's an Easter egg. Most people miss it, but like every once in a while you find it and you're like, this is a gem, right? But the thing is, I haven't found it yet. I've just found evidence that the gem exists, but I haven't found the gem yet. I don't know where this could be, you know, because it's not on YouTube. I sure hope it's not like a real TV show, because, bro, come on. Like, but then again, it was probably made by like Hulu or something, because they did the D'Amelio show, right? But also it could be I don't know. I was going to say Awesomeness TV or something, but then again, they don't have like their own streaming service, right? All their movies go on Netflix for the most part. But I don't know. Maybe it's on Netflix. I didn't bother looking it up on Netflix because, I didn't get a link for it when I looked up Sway Life show, right? I don't know. Maybe I have to do some more digging. But it's just like, the only clip of this show that exists, other than this trailer that I saw, was everyone reposting the clip of Bryce asking, "Why do you look like Addison?" Which still, why would you even ask that? Right? It's a dumbass question. But yeah, it's like that clip is the only thing that exists anymore in the trailer. And I kind of want to know what goes on in this show. Because, in the, I think in the clip, when they're at this dinner thing or whatever, like I said, they had like a one-on-one interview type thing. And one of the things he says is like, bro, at the first episode of the show, we were trying to get this guy a girlfriend, and now he finally has one. It's like we did a good job and all this shit. So obviously, it wasn't a one-episode show. There was multiple episodes, right? I'm willing to guess that there was at least 5 episodes. At least. I mean, because, like, there's no way he found a girlfriend after one episode, right? But I mean, then again, maybe he could have. I don't know. How long are the episodes? I don't know. I can't find the show. Someone needs to send me the link to this show because I gotta watch it. Or maybe someone has it recorded. Like they screen recorded it or something, or they downloaded it. If you have any evidence that the show exists, any other clips that I haven't seen, which is pretty much 99.9% of the show, send them to me. Because I actually kind of want to watch this show. I want to see what the craze about having hibachi at your own backyard. I want to know what the hype behind that is. Which I guess that does sound kind of cool. Inviting a chef to your house to do hibachi in your backyard. That does sound kind of cool. But it's kind of funny how like that's like a thing that TikTokers like to do, It's like you all had the same idea. You're all like, we all want to do this. This is really cool. But it does actually sound kind of cool. I can't lie. I wouldn't mind having that at my own house. But it's just so weird when we have restaurants for that. It's like if I really want to have a hibachi dinner with my friends, I could just go to one. Invite my friends and say, "Hey, let's go here." Like why do I have to? Because it's probably more money to invite a personal chef to come over to your house and cook at your own place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know you're rich and you probably don't give a shit about money, but like, you can still find ways to save money, right? For, like why waste money on that? It's not like this is like a special thing. It's not like you can only get hibachi in your backyard at your own house. It's like you can go to a restaurant. So why spend a lot of extra money? Because I'm willing to bet it's way more than just like $5 extra, okay? Like, why spend all that much more money when you could just like go to a place that just does it, It's like you can still save money. It's like what the thing that like some rich people like to say, where it's like, you stay rich by not showing it off or some shit like that. Basically what they're saying is like, don't spend a shit ton of money all the time. Don't wear like designer clothes all the time. Don't spend money on useless shit. Continue to save money. That's how you stay rich. But I don't know, like I said, they probably just don't give a shit about the money. And they're like, yeah, I can totally afford inviting a chef over to my house and cooking me a dinner. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Lion on Main, episode 39. I've been your host, Jay Lyons. Whatever you guys are listening to this on, make sure to like and subscribe and follow and leave a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, and share this podcast with everyone. And follow me on social media at Real J Lyons and at Lion on Main on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Love you. I don't know. Do I?